to go. I don't go no more. From now on, everything's gonna be alright. Don't go, don't go, don't go, don't go. Don't ever leave me.
Yeah,
deck right
that's the one.
Yeah, he got the little pop out things in it.
Yeah.
The things that pop out.
Yeah, I can build off this.
Yeah.
You know, if this the exact fit.
That's the exact. This the actual deck out of my car.
Yeah, I can fiberglass. You know, so to be solid.
Right.
Cause this here good though. It just gotta be make it solid.
That's what I wanted to hear, baby. See, I don't know how I'm gonna do my speakers yet. I don't even know how many speakers I'm gonna have in the.
Yeah, this just needs to be reinforced though, for real.
Right. We can set it over here.
Especially if it fit with no problem.
Yeah, that's the actual.
How much clearance like around the edges? Ain't pretty much. Is it tight?
It's tight. Me getting it out, it was real tight. But what I'm
I could fold the fabric over a little bit. It ain't gonna.
Yeah, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get Dunaway to take my back glass out.
Oh,
and
okay.
reseal it, and I'm gonna put it in at Dunaway. I got the pieces for that. These were supposed to have magnets on them, and they pop in like this with the mesh shit in them.
Wrong side. Look at you.
See?
No, you don't know what you're doing.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm here, baby. That's why I'm here. I came to the master.
Yeah.
Had to come to the master.
Several months later.
All right, Swag, you up next. This for Swag. His YouTube channel, Swag Gaspy. That was an ant right there. His YouTube channel, Swag Gaspy. I'll put his information down in the description. Also be popping up. This for his Monte Carlo. It's an Aerocoupe. And he had brought it up to me months ago. I'm finally getting around to it. But he had his Monte Carlo in Florida, and they let it sit out in the rain. That's why it looked like this here. And some of the board kind of bowed, like right here. Also back here, it's waterlogged. It's out of shape, so I'm thinking about I need to. Seem like the wood separating, so I probably just cut this top part off so it'll be flat. Because if I don't, when I fiberglass this here, I have to do more bottle work than I need to. Same way on this side. But this is what he want to go with. He wants a mesh grill here, which I already got ordered some. This is where I get my mesh grill from customcargrills.com. And he want a LED with some Plexi-Glass. I already got that as well. And Rich Everything done that. I'll put his information down in the description also. And it should be popping up as well. Here's the Plexi-Glass here. Let me bring this piece over here because I'm gonna have to trim this down somewhat too big. So I'm gonna have to trim the Plexi-Glass down. And then I'm gonna countersink it so it'll sit down up in here. So this will sit flush on this here. Then I can put the LEDs here. The LED is gonna be clear. And also just came back from Walmart. I got some fleece with fabric. Some of it ain't even fleece, it's just different fabric. And some more Loctite. I'm gonna have to put a rabbit edge here. Also countersink the grills. I'll open up the grills shortly. He want me to paint the grills black also. But I think the first thing I need to do, well, I might just go ahead and trim this out and get that knocked out the way. Trim my Plexiglass out. Then put my edge around here. on all 3 pieces. Yeah, let's get that taken care of. I guess we'll put some tape somewhere, well, somewhat where we're gonna trim it out at. Or should I put my edge on first? No, I'll just do it like this. I'll tape it up first. Might just tape up all up, keep from scratching it. I still can see. See through it. All right, let me get my marker here. No, I use a pen. Somewhat draw it out so I know where it's at. It's just gonna give me an idea for centering this piece here. I think that should be right there. I'm just gonna trace out this here. Now what I do, I'm gonna go get my router and I put my edge where my countersunk edge around here. Then I know where to cut this out, how much I need to leave onto it. Let me show you what bit I use. It's this rabbiting bit, 1/4 inch. And you can see the countersink. Now I put, once I had rabbit that edge, it somewhat made it bigger than what it was because I didn't have no really lip to roll off of. But now I take it back at least 1/4 inch, a little bit more. That should put me right down up in there. Draw a line about a little over 1/4 inch. That should be good all the way around. You can see I marked all my spots a little over 1/4 inch. Now I got an old paint stirrer. I'm just gonna connect the dots. If it's too small for sitting down up in there, still be good because you can always glue it to where you need it at once you get it, everything fiberglass. Or if it's too big, you could sand some of it off. So it ain't no deal breaker if you be somewhat off. Just want to get it somewhat close. Now I'm just going freehand this here. I'm gonna be cutting it with my jigsaw. You can cut it with a metal cutting blade, a fine tooth metal cutting blade, or if you got a blade to cut plastic, Plexi-Glass, that'll be good too. let me show you. I got a plastic plexiglass blade I'm gonna be using with my jigsaw. Okay, when you cutting plastic and plexiglass, you want to take it slow, because if you go too fast, you're gonna heat up the plastic or the plexiglass and melt it back in place behind you. So we're gonna take it slow. Hopefully we don't crack nothing. I just wanted to cut you off and show you. I'm not gonna bore you with the whole cut. I might speed it up and cut you back on when I get done. Alright, we got to cut out. I had went on and put some tape on the back side so I won't scratch the paint up. Excuse me. Gonna be like that. See, like I said, if it's somewhat too small, you can always fill it in with some hot glue or something to hold it in place. But that's what we're going for. Okay, we got that taken care of. Now we got press our grills in place. Well, I gotta press them so they'll sit somewhat like 3D. I just don't want them flat. Let me open up this box and I'll show you the grills that we're gonna be using. I'll cut you back on once I open it up. All right. Let's see. Like I had ordered. Yeah, I had ordered this piece here because I got some more fiberglass I gotta do. But let me see. I should get 2 pieces out this here. Yeah, I can get 2 out this here. And he want me to paint this black. So once I get it pressed and when I start doing the paint work, we're gonna paint it black, both sides. So we gonna, I guess we cut it in half. That should take care of both of them. I'll cut it down the middle. Let me, if I can find my marker here. Got it somewhere if it ain't fell on the floor. I don't even know what I did with it. But I don't need none. I got some 10 snips. I'm just gonna snip it off right here. Straight down the middle. And how I'm gonna press this in, I'm just gonna use some wood and a hammer. That's why I got this OSB over here. Here go my marker right here. I had already traced out. You might can see the red mark there. I had already traced out the size of that before I had put that edge on there. So what we gonna do, we're gonna take the jigsaw with a wood cutting blade and we're gonna cut this middle section out, because you don't want to use the actual wood that you're gonna be using for the display or whatever, because the ends be so thin And this MDF, it'll crack too as well. So you want to use a scrap piece of wood. That's why I got this here. So let me cut this out. I might as well just get rid of all that. And I can use the same piece, really, to press both of them on. I just flip it around. Okay, this is what I got. Now I take my router and put a round over on the edge of this here. I do it on both sides because I'm gonna flip it over and press the other grill. It's just reverse for that one. I need to go ahead and cut this off though, because I'm not gonna need this. Okay, this is what we got, y'all. See, this is what I'm gonna use to press that in place. See how I routed both sides? The reverse side for the other side. And what I do, I put this up there, somewhat in the middle. Then I'll put this piece here. Then I get me a scrap piece of wood, which it don't really matter, because if I damage this, it's not gonna matter. But you can use a scrap piece of wood and take a hammer and start beating it in place. You want to make sure it's going down center first though, before you go crazy with the hammer. Alright, let's go ahead and press it. I'm gonna take the hammer and just try to put it in place first. Now I take it should go down without no problem now. You wanna look, make sure everything going down right. Then you can beat it on in place. You already can see it's pressing. And the scrap piece of wood was gonna flatten this edge out here because I'm gonna trim this. But you want a flat edge to sit in your countersunk, just to sit up in here. Okay, that should be good enough. Now, remember, we still need this here, and we still need this here to do the other one. But we're gonna break it apart. Then, let me find, this wood kind of warped though, because we're sitting out in the rain, but that's how it's gonna look. Now we gotta do the other side. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna flip this over this way. We're gonna use it like this here. Remember, I already done routed that round over, so we're gonna get our other piece of mesh grill. Put it right here where we need it. Do the same thing. Alright, I'll cut you back on once I get done. Okay, this is what we got. We got both of them. I know I'm gonna get in trouble by all the professional custom car audio fabricators saying this ain't the right way to press the grills in. But I'm doing this all for the DIYs who doing it at home. I'm pretty sure probably 1% of the folks just now start doing this here don't got no shop press. So you could do it with a hammer and some wood. All gonna work. Now we're gonna flip it over. We're gonna take our Sharpie. We're just gonna trace out, go around where our countersunk at. So the drill, not the drill, but the mesh, it'll sit down in it. Once we get it traced out, we're gonna take our snips and trim it. All right, we got it cut out. Show you. Now you can see what I was going for. Grab this other one here. Hopefully the wood settle back in place. Okay, now it's time to fiberglass. Start fiberglassing. I hope this red deck where it needs to be, because once I fiberglass, it's gonna stiffen it up. But we're gonna take, I don't know, let me see. I think I'm just gonna cut this area here out, so I ain't gotta worry about it lifting up. I just cut it out, then I just mold my fleece down into it. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I got some holes drilled so I can stick my jigsaw blade in it to cut it. I also traced out where I want to cut it at. Then we can eliminate all this here, so we ain't gotta worry about trying to smooth this out. It'll be already smooth. Then I see over here it's coming up, so we'll have to press that back down in place. All right, let's find my jig. So I think it's outside. Okay. Now you see this here with a body filler coming up at. We're just gonna get rid of that. Get that on out the way, so we ain't gotta worry about that in our way. Also right here. We don't need nothing making our job harder for us body work. Then we got this area here that's coming up. Think I'm gonna I just trim it like this here. Could take the sander, knock this edge down. I think over there too as well. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take the sander and knock this edge down. Then I think we should be good to go. Yeah. Nah, it's a spot here. Yeah, get rid of that. I'll sand that down, the rest of it. I'm taking some CA glue to glue this back on both sides to hold it in place. Keep it from lifting up. Now I spray this side. the same way with this side over here. I already got the glue down. Just had to put the hardener. Now we'll get some fleece and fleece it up. I think I got enough fleece covering it. Now I trim the excess out off. I want a little overlap. I might have should have got some scissors. It'd be alright. That's good. Yeah, I should have got some scissors. Once we get it cut, we're gonna take some of that spray adhesive. That's just to get it in place. All right, that should be good there. Save this for the next job. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna throw it back halfway. Like that there. And do one half at a time. I got a little bit left in this can here. Let's see how far it'll go. Just gonna spray this half. Oh, that's it though. Just grab this other fresh can. What I like about this Loctite, the users just can spray one surface. On a lot of it, you got to spray both surfaces. But this uses a stick. I don't know. But I'm gonna spray both surfaces though. This should be good though. We'll let it tack up for about, shouldn't take too long. It's already should be good to go. Then we're gonna pull it to the end here. Start pressing down. Just some thin fleece here. It don't matter if it's thin or thick. But a lot of times this thin fleece be easy to work with. Especially trying to go around contours. If you get some wrinkles in it, it's not gonna really matter because you're gonna fiberglass it anyway. But you can get them out by lifting it and pulling it. Now I gotta pull that end up over there. And once I get it down, I'm gonna overlap the edges. Let me finish on up, then I'll cut you back on. Okay, got it fleece. Well, somewhat. Still got to go back and do some little touch-ups, but I trimmed out the edge. Now I'm going to flip it over and overlap it. Everything overlap. Now we'll turn it over and we'll address all our spots that we feel like that'll lift up when the resin interact with the this glue here. We're just using this just to form the fleece in place. Once that resin hit it, it'll lift up. So we're gonna have to use some CA glue to keep that from happening. Same thing what we use to glue the wood back together. Let me show you the spots that I feel like that'll lift up, like this area here. So we're gonna put a stream of glue here, all the way along up to here. Also back here where I cut out, we know this gonna lift up because it's already lifting up. So we're gonna put some glue along where I cut out at. Also we might put some here, keep it down. And we might just put some where the vents and the Plexi-Glass going. Because I'm a fiberglass the wood also. We ain't got much in this, but we're gonna use it up. See this glue, it's gonna soak down into the fleece, so don't worry about that. See what I'm going? How I'm going with it? Come back on this side. You can see it's already done soaked down in it. Now we'll take our hardener, spray it. It's gonna harden up in 3 seconds. See, it ain't going nowhere now. I do the same way. But I can do this up here. I think I'm gonna need another can of glue, so I'll cut you back on. Okay, I'm gonna do one side at a time. So I'll do this side first. I'm gonna use one hand to keep it pressed down until it until it dry up. Right then, and take right there. Put some more glue on there. Let it soak. Once then let it soak further enough. Should be good though. Okay. Well, might as well continue with the camera rolling. But y'all get the picture what I'm doing though. Let it soak for a minute. Might as well bring it on around here. That's one good thing about using this thin fleece. It don't take long to soak into it. Still didn't soak down further enough. Let me put some more. Might gotta hold it. Yeah, it's not touching the surface, that's what it was. still ain't touching right there. Put it on the edge. It's gonna touch then, ain't it? Yeah, it's good. I'll finish on that. We done took care of all the spots that we felt like will come up. Now, once we get through fiberglassing, we'll cut this here out, so don't worry about that. These the only 3 gonna be cut out. That's gonna stay. So now it's time to put some resin down, strengthen it up some. Let me show you the resin. It's gonna be this polyester resin by Fiberglass Supply Depot. I just got an old cup that I've been using with resin already in it, but it done harden up. Here's the hardener. 10 drops per ounce. I also got some UV hardener, sun care, but I'm not gonna use it. And once I do finish up the resin, the first layer of resin, I'm gonna put it down on the floor so I can keep my shape. I'm gonna be brushing it on with a chip brush. I guess we'll start out with 10 ounces. That'll be 100 drops. Ten times 10. All right, let's stir it up. Get a chip brush. Take it over here to our piece. I think that should be good. All right, now we're not gonna worry about inside of these 3 areas here because it's getting cut out, but the rest of it getting covered. All you gotta do is brush it on. Now just say, for instance, I didn't put this CA glue here, it would have lifted up. It would have been straight up like that. But the CA glue is gonna hold everything in place until the resin dry. Once it dry, it's gonna be in place anyway. You can see this already lifting up, but it ain't no big deal because that's gonna be my shape anyway. All right, let me finish up. I gotta put a mask on anyway. Here's the rear deck. I just brought it back in. I had set it out in the sun, and I started to think I'm gonna wipe some fill on it before I start fiberglassing it, somewhat shape it up, get it somewhat smooth, because the fiberglass will lay a lot better if I do that, because like right here, the transition off. So I'm gonna put some fill in this here. Also back here, it's kind of rocky hill back here. So I'm gonna try to straighten out all this before I wipe some, before I fiberglass it. like here, get that transition somewhat right. Okay, now you can see what I was talking about here. How I took that filler, made that transition a lot smoother. Now I'm gonna take the DA, got some 80 grit on it, and I'm just gonna knock it down, somewhat smooth it out a little bit more. And if I gotta put a little bit more filler on areas, I will, but if not, I'll start fiberglassing it. But I'm gonna take it outside because I don't want all that dust in here. Okay, this is what it looked like after I knocked it down. You can see the dark areas, those still low. So I'm gonna go back and put some more body filling in areas. Then I should be good to go. Here is the second wipe. I could do this after I fiberglass it, but then I'll be cutting into the fiberglass trying to smooth it out. So I'm getting it smooth as I can from the jump. So then when I do fiberglass it, it'll be pretty much smooth and I won't be cutting into the fiberglass. After this dry here, I sand it down, and I'm pretty sure then I'll be ready for some fiberglass. Got it shaped up. I just finished blowing it off. I'm kind of glad I went on and shaped it up before I did the fiberglass. Shouldn't be that much to shape up after the fiberglass work. You can use fiberglass cloth or fiberglass mat. I'm gonna be using fiberglass mat. This here. We just gotta cut some on the sides. I guess I'll do that now. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna spread this over the whole piece instead of cutting pieces out separate. Then I just cut the inside out, the part that I don't need. I think it'll be easier like this here. I should be able to form everything. I might gotta cut some of this up here. Let me take it up here. I might gotta cut some of this here because it might not lay down right, so I might gotta put some slits in it. But the rest of it should lay down pretty easy. Make sure I got enough over here. Yeah. Then I just cut off the excess, use it at a later date. See, I took the red Sharpie and marked out where I need to cut the inside out. I'll go ahead and cut that out now because once you put that resin on, it's gonna be kind of hard to cut it out. And let me show you back here. I put these slits in it so it'll lay flat. I just come back with some more fiberglass and fill it in. I think we're ready for some resin now. There ain't gotta be no perfect cut because I can go back and fill this area here in. I could just soak the fiberglass mat, but I think I'm gonna wipe a layer of resin on the bottom of the mat. It'll make it a lot easier before I put the mat down. Yeah, I do one side at a time, then I throw it back. I got 14 ounces in here. I don't think that's gonna be enough, but you don't want to mix up too much. I'm just gonna brush it on where I'm gonna put the resin at. Not the resin, but the mat, fiberglass mat. But this resin here, it'll soak through the mat. I could have just put the mat down and soak the mat, but it's quicker doing it like this here. At least I think it is. Now we'll throw our mat over and do the other side. That should be good, yeah. This mat get everywhere. Now I throw it back over this way. Do the same way with that side. Let me put this glove back on. I had started filling that in with both sides. I done did this side. Now I'm doing this side. What you gotta do, get your chip brush and just dab it. I know you can use a roller. I got some rollers, but I just don't ever use them. So I don't want nobody in the comment section talking about why you ain't got no fiberglass roller. Let me show you. See, I got 3 of them here. I just don't ever use them. I'd rather use a chip brush, just dab it. That's all you gotta do. I gotta fill that in right there. So let me go ahead and do that. Get me a piece of fiberglass. I think this should be good enough here. Just that simple. And which swag's supposed to be getting this wrapped anyway, so you really don't gotta go through all this here for its fiberglassing. I see a lot of folks just use body filler and wrap it. This is just giving it that extra protection. All right, let me finish on up. It's all fiberglassed up. I'll probably take this outside in the sun. It'll cure a lot faster. Once it dry up, I'll trim it on out. Fiberglass mat dried. Now I'll take me some scissors or a razor blade and trim out the edge. Then I'll take the DA and sand the edge down smooth. See, I can use this on something else. Okay, this is what it look like after the trim up. Now I'm just gonna take my DA, just go back over the whole red deck, knocking down the high areas. I'm not trying to get it all the way smooth. I'm just trying to knock down the high areas, get it somewhat smooth. This is what we're looking like. When I started sanding on them, the resin started gumming up because it wasn't all the way cured. But it ain't no big deal because we finna put some Rondo on here. It's a brushable body filler. I'm not gonna show you how to mix it because I done did it quite a few times. But if you wanna know how I did it, check out the description. I also have it popping up. Okay, we got our Rondo in the cup there. Got our chip brush. Let's put this down somewhere. And then this Rondo gonna self-level itself. You ain't gotta worry about spreading it on with a spreader. You can make it thick, or you ain't gotta make it thick. You can make it thin. Just up to you. Sometimes I use this, sometimes I don't. It just all depends. Every video I change up how I do the fiberglass, and anyway, I don't ever do nothing the same. I'm gonna put it on this edge as well. See how it's filling in them pinholes? Here's the Rondo. I'm gonna let it sit out overnight. Then I'll come back out in the morning, finish it on up. Here's the rear deck. Rondo hard. I'm trying to get some work done, but it's raining. Well, it ain't actually raining, but it's sprinkling, like always. But I'm gonna try to sand this here, knock it down with the DA right quick before it start pouring down. We're gonna be using 80 grit on the DA. Let's put a piece of sandpaper on the DA. We'll get started. You wanna always use machines when you can, because you don't wanna try to sand this by hand right now. It'll be a lot of work. See, I got it knocked down. I still got some low areas. Those areas, the darker areas, that's low. That's why I got this body filler here. I'm gonna mix up some, and I'm gonna wipe a skim coat on all my low areas. If I can get this can open. I'm not gonna mix up a lot, a little at a time. I think that should be enough for now. Like I said, I'm just gonna be putting a skim coat on it, just to fill those imperfections, those low areas. I think that ought to be good. Here's the skim coat. We'll let this dry. Then I think I will cut my openings out, because I'm gonna have to fill the edge where the fiberglass meets the wood. So I think I'll do that once it dry. I could take my die grinder and cut it, but I don't think it's built up too much, so I should be able to cut it with this razor blade and then sand the rest of it on off. No, it ain't built up too much, so this here should work. If it was built up over the edge too much, I could have never cut it with this razor blade. That's why I was trying to stay off the edge as much as I could. It's kind of built up right there. I'm gonna take my air sander. Let me go get it, then I'll sand the rest of it off. I know I said I was gonna take the air sander, but I just got some 80 grit on the DA. I'm just going around the edge. I cut the speed down some so I can be able to control it a lot better. There you have it. I had took a old piece of sandpaper with my hand and just went around and cleaned it up a little bit more. Now I blew it off and I grab my inserts because I'm probably gonna have to build up so the insert will sit flush with everything. I might gotta put some body filler on the insert or some body filler here. Let me blow it off and I'll go get the insert. Okay, here we got the inserts here. I think we're gonna be good. A little shaping up and sanding shouldn't be no problem. But I'm thinking about putting some magnets to hold it down in place. I really ain't got that much room right here though, but I still could put some there. Let me go get my magnets and we'll see which ones we're gonna use. These are my Neo magnets. I got 2 different kinds here. I might use this thinner one. I guess on this one. On the insert, and use this smaller one with this longer one right here. I guess I put these here on here first. Then I could position where I need to put the other one. Guess I have it something like that, right on the edge. That should put me right in place on this edge. I figured out. I just gotta drill me some holes. Put them in place. The magnets on the insert's done. I just took some body filler to hold it in place, everything. Then I also put some body filler in some holes that they had drilled. I gotta fill that as well. Also here, the wood got wet and it had swelled up, so I'm gonna pull all this up and wipe some body filler on here and shape it back up. But before I do that, I'm gonna put these magnets in. What I need to do, I need to position where they need to go. And you wanna make sure you put the magnet on the right side. Because if you put it on one side, it ain't gonna stick, it's gonna pull away. If I put it on this side, it's gonna pull away, so. So I just need to put it down where it need to be. I don't know, I might gotta, no, I should be good. I just put it on the edge. Yeah, that should be good. Let me just mark everything, then I'm gonna drill some holes here and body fill these magnets where it need to be. Here's the bottom side. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna leave the magnets where they at, and I'm gonna take some fiberglass filler and just put it all around the magnet. That'll hold it in place where it need to be. I'm taking some tape to wrap the wood, so when I put the fiberglass filler on it, it don't stick to my insert. Then I go back and put the magnet on it. Then I put it back in place, mix up me some fiberglass filler. I'm gonna use fiberglass filler instead of body filler. It's a lot stronger since it's gonna be hanging on that edge there. I'm gonna put some on top of it to keep it pressed down. Fiberglass filler. This is what it look like underneath. This the top. I just got this can on it to hold it down because the wood was somewhat bowed to harden up. Here's the filler, fiberglass filler. This metal one, it's a little trickier than the two side ones because it's got a backing on it. So I couldn't see where to put the filler. And also the magnet, it was too tall and it was hidden. So I had drilled out some holes there, so the magnet will sit down up in there. Now, I'll just take some fiberglass filler and stuff in the corners, all four corners. Then I'll put my piece in place. And once it harden up, the magnet should be in place. I got the middle one in place. Now we're gonna see what we're working with. Now you see what I was going for. Now I just take some sandpaper and clean it up some. I might even put some body filler on it to make it look a little better. Which is not gonna be seen, but see. It'll hold the inserts in place now. Everything's set in place now. Now I'm gonna take some body filler, same body filler, lightweight filler, and I'm gonna mix up some, wipe around all my edges so I can feather edge that a lot easier. I might just put some up in here as well, clean that up a little bit. Then I think I'll be ready to start sanding. Here we go. We outside now. We're finna take the DA with 80 grit again. And we're gonna knock everything back down. We ain't trying to get it flat, we just trying to knock it down so our blocking by hand would be much easier. Trying to knock this top layer off. Now I'm going around my edges by hand. Like I said, I'm not trying to get it smooth, like the final finish yet. I'm just knocking it down. What I'm doing now, I just got a razor blade. I'm just trimming this fleece out on the back side. So it'll be a smooth transition back here because some of it is sticking up. So when he wrap it, he can wrap it on around the back side. I already done sanded everything down before it's knocked it down with the DA. And now we're gonna start hand blocking it. Let me finish trimming this here. We're gonna put a guide coat on it, so it'll show all that low areas once we start hand blocking it. We'll be using some old, well, ain't no old paint, but it's some paint I had laying around. No matter what color you use. Let's flip it over. We're gonna be using this here. Just want to lightly mist it on. It ain't got to be heavy. Now we're about to start blocking. I got quite a few different blocks. Got a long block here. It's a smaller one. It's a round block. It'll be good for areas like this here, where it's rounded off. Also got a PVC pipe. You can use it. Got some sandpaper wrapped around the same thing. And we're gonna be using 80 grit. I think I put some 80 grit on this here. This 180. You could use 180 as well. It's just gonna take long with sanding. You won't put deeper scratches in it with this 80 grit, but I'm gonna be priming, so it really don't matter. We'll start down here at the bottom. We're gonna be removing the guide coat. Once all the guide coat is gone, that means your area is flat. You ain't got no low areas. Now you can see this area here is low, so we got to keep on blocking till we remove the guide coat. Still got a little bit more to go. me show you what I got so far. You can see I haven't done this because I'm gonna do this by hand without the block. But this here low. This here low, but I can block that out. This spot low. That spot low. There's a few low spots here now. Before I finish out this here by hand, I'm gonna fill these low areas so I can continue blocking it with the block. Then I think I should be good. Then I finish it on out. But let me fill these areas first. Now I'm going around sanding the rest up, my repairs. Don't take much to knock it down. A little bit more, still see some dark spots. That should be good to go on that. I got everything sanded, ready for some primer, but it's been a change of plans. I just got off the phone with Swag and we was discussing. He was telling me don't worry about painting this, but I was gonna prime it anyway to somewhat get it smooth because he was gonna get it wrapped once he got it back, but we got the talking and I'm gonna wrap it for him. He's just gonna send me the vinyl. He going with a basketball color right here, and this here gonna be black. The insert is gonna be black. So once I get the vinyl, I wrap it. But for the time being, also he going with some speakers here. So I'm gonna make some inserts for the speakers. Well, I'm gonna write out the holes for the speakers. It's gonna be kind of something. So I'm gonna have to go to Home Depot or Lowe's and get me some OSB. Not OSB, but MDF. Then I'm gonna make him some countersunk holes for some 6.5s. But on the back side, I got the looking. I would like to remove this wood here so I can glue it straight to this, but it look like they got some Gorilla Glue or something. It'd probably be hard to come up, so I probably just glue it on top of this here. Remove these screws and glue the platform on top. Then I have to fill that crack in, so you won't be able to see it from the top side, cause it's like a crack here. I'll probably wipe some filler around the edge once I get the piece in. But let me go to Home Depot and get some wood first. Then we'll go from there. Back from Home Depot, I already done started for us mapping everything out. I cut this 15 inches this way and it's 12 inches this way. It should fit right down the middle. The speaker gonna be centered. You see I got it centered on both of them. I just use these speakers here for reference. Now I'm gonna take my router with the circle guide, the adjustment tool. Shout out to Steve Davis, he the one blessed me with that. But I'm gonna take that and kind of sink my speaker hole with opening. I drilled my pivot hole. It's not centered inside my circle. I just got it somewhat centered, which I'm just using that circle as a reference anyway. Now I put it down in my pivot hole. Can't get it in there. Alright, there you go. Now I'm just finna start off slow. We'll take a look at it. I think that should be deep enough. Let me go get the blow hose so I can blow this out. I think that should be deep enough for my countersunk. Let me look at the speaker first. Yeah, I think that should be good enough. Now, so all I gotta do is just cut the middle out. But you wanna leave, you just wanna cut this out here first, then come back and cut this out. You wanna leave the ears on, because if you don't, it'll fall through and you're not gonna be able to get no perfect circle. Let me show you. Now you can see what I was talking about. So I had left them ends on. You can go back and cut it out with the jigsaw, the rest of it. That's all you gotta do. Okay, let's test it out. Think we're good to go. We're gonna do the other one. Then we'll put this in place over here. It's getting dark on me, but I'm gonna go ahead and glue this. It's going on the bottom like this. I just gotta center it up. That's why I said it's gonna be a gap, because of that wood was cut out. I'm just gonna take some body filler, wipe around the edge once I get it in place. I'll probably just use some CA glue or some wood glue, either one. Might just use both. As you can see, I done set everything in place now. Went around with some body filler, make a smooth transition. Once it dry, I sand it, and I think that'll be it for us priming. This is what it looked like after sanding the body filler. Then I went back, took some of this glaze and putty, smoothed it on out. I don't know why I'm going this in depth with it, because it's gonna be covered up anyway. I'm just like that. Now we'll get ready to start sanding this 1-part glaze and putty. I'm not gonna use 80 grit, I'm gonna use 180. It ain't gonna take much to knock this down. Then I'm gonna just go over the wood, smooth it out some as well. All the sanding complete. Everything except the inserts. And I'm gonna be sanding these inserts with the same grit, 180. I might just knock the body filler down with 80. Somewhat get it smooth. And then hit the rest of it with 180. Ready for some prime on everything else though. As you can see, I'm ready to shoot my primer now. I probably put 2 coats, 2 at the most, maybe 1, because I'm wrapping it anyway. I might put 2 up in here, because it will be seen once you take the inserts off. I'm gonna prime these as well, back side and the front. Here's 2 coats, still flashing off. I put 3 up in here. But now you can get somewhat of an idea of how it's gonna look, because it's all one uniform color now, once I wrap it. Let me take you over here to the inserts. Here's the inserts. I decided not to prime the other side, since I'll be wrapping it anyway. But I did this side, because I'm not gonna wrap completely around the back, just somewhat overlapping it. I'll probably go back and sand the inside of here, then knock them fibers down. Since we got the rear deck and the inserts taken care of, now we're gonna do the speaker mesh, the grill. We're gonna scuff these up for paint. These here going satin black. I'm gonna spray the back side, also the top side. I'm gonna be using this maroon Scotch-Brite. It's pretty simple. Just going across it, scuffing it up, giving the paint something to burn to. Don't take much. Another thing you want to make sure, once you get through scuffing it, you want to make sure you blow it off, clean it off real good, because them fibers be stuck on the mesh. You don't want to paint those on there. I'm gonna also be painting these areas here. I'm gonna paint this black. This gonna be white for the LEDs to show up a little better, because the LEDs gonna be clear. This gonna be black. And I'm gonna paint the back side of these black, because I'm wrapping it in black vinyl. Here's all the black pieces. Once the vinyl come in, should come in a few more days, we'll go from there. I'll probably just spray this area here with spray paint, white spray paint. What I've been doing, I've been going back, sanding these magnets down, sanding the paint off the magnets, because some of the magnets weren't sticking like it should. I still got to do these here. I haven't sanded them. But we got a package in from Swag. We got our material. So we're going to open it up. We should have the black to wrap these pieces here. Also the basketball color. Wrap this. If I got a razor blade, go ahead and open this box. Here's the black. And here's the color for the actual deck. I guess we'll start on the little inserts first with the black. Let me put this on out the way. Sit it over here, and we'll get this one here. Since I already done sanded the magnets, we'll cut as a piece for this here. Yeah, this should be enough for all of them. So I'm gonna just cut, make sure I got enough to overlap everything. I think I'm gonna cut it from right here. Let me show you what glue I'm gonna be using. I got some in my spray gun here though, but I think I'm gonna brush it on. See, I got some in here. I can't open it, but I think I'm gonna brush it on. Here's the glue. It's by Keystone Brothers. It's the Light Bond 2065 Landau Top Spray Adhesive. Like I said, I'm just gonna use a chip brush and brush it on. I ain't gonna worry about spraying it on. We're gonna open this can on up and get started. I seen some of this vinyl right here. It's got some stress marks here, crease. So I'm just gonna try to center it because this gonna be cut out anyway. So I'm gonna put that in the center. Something like that. Let's turn it over. See, it's right here. Like that there. And what I do, I'm take the glue and go around the actual insert, so I know where to glue. So I wouldn't glue too much. I said glow, but glue too much. And I'm gonna do the same way on the outer. Once I do this here, I remove it and fill it in. That should be good enough there. Then I take my glue and just go to town with filling it in like that there. And this contact, so you want to let both surfaces dry, because I'm gonna do the same thing with the extra insert. So you don't want to try to stick it on when it's wet. It stick to itself once it's dry. Let me finish on that and I'll cut you back on. Okay, we got that. The material, we're gonna push that to the side. And we're gonna bring this, the brita ring, the insert, on down. If I can get this cardboard. I'm trying not to mess up this fabric too much, because I could use it on some more fiberglass work. That's why I got this cardboard and stuff here. But it ain't no big deal if I do. And I should have poured some of this in a cup, but I didn't. I might do it after I finish this one. But you just wanna do the same thing with this here. I'm gonna be gluing it. I'm gonna be overlapping it as well, like this backside here, inside of there. So I can go ahead and put some glue on that as well. Okay, when both surfaces dry, you want to put them together. As long as you don't apply pressure on it, you can always take it up and remove it. See what it look like over here. Alright. Now I'm just gonna take my razor blade and I'm gonna make some relief cuts here. So I'll be able to fold it and cut it out. See, I'm gonna have this overlap on the inside like that. Make sure I got enough here. Well, I can always cut it out once I do get it where I need it. I'm gonna have it like this here, but I'm gonna have to glue up in here as well. Then I overlap the ends out here, which I can go ahead and do that now. But I still gotta put some glue on the back side so it'll stick. So let me do that. So I got this side here done, just overlapping it. Then I go back and trim it out. Make sure it's pressed down on the back side. Take my razor blade and just trim it out. I want to make sure it's down on them contours. Make sure I got it down over here as well. Pull it and stretch it. Get the picture. It ain't gotta be perfect because you ain't gonna see this back side of it anyway. Just finish it on up. Alright, this is what we got. On this inside, I just brought it up to the top part, not that edge. Because once I drop this down in there and set some on top of it, it'll mold in place. Let me show you the other side. This other side just need cleaning up. Think it turned out all right. What y'all think? Just need a little cleaning up. That's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna just sit this in place, sort of somewhat glue this edge down, sit some on top of it. I'm finna jump over here on this rear deck. Think I'm gonna do it like this here. I'm gonna concentrate on this middle part first. I'm gonna make sure I got a lot of loose material so I can push it down in there, because I wanna bring it down to at least here on all three areas. So I probably just put a little glue here and then a little glue here and just go from there. I'm taking it one step at a time. What I did, I put my glue down here, as you can see. Then I came back and got my material, threw it over, tapped it down, got my position on the material. Then I came back and filled it in. Now I'm just waiting on it to dry so I can put everything together. Alright, I think it's dry now. And we finna, I'm gonna start right down here at the lower edge. Get that in place first. I just got a little pry tool with some tape around it, somewhat protective vinyl. See, I'm gonna put it down up in my pocket first. And I'm just gonna start on that edge there, because that's where I needed it, inside. Give it a little play. I'm gonna get this down before I start working the top. Once I get this down, I can do the top. It'll be pretty easy. As you can see, it's forming already. Since I got this here done, as you can see, I didn't try to do all that. I just done from here over. Now I'm gonna throw it back on this side and get this side done. Then I work my way to the end. I'm not trying to do it all at one time. I do some here, same way I did on the other side. Just gotta take your time and have patience. It'll all work out. But the main thing is letting this glue dry before you try to stick it. If you don't let it dry, it's not gonna burn. All about patience. Now I'll show you how I did it so I can get my marking on this material, so I don't put too much on it, waste no glue, because this glue is real expensive. Then I just take my material, throw it over here, tap on it, show me where I need to put the glue on the material at. That's all you gotta do. Let me show you what I got. See, I got this middle part done. All these wrinkles here come out when I do this part here. I just stretch it, they'll be out. But now, see how I just taking it one step at a time. Now I'm gonna do from here up on both sides. I was just using this paper here to keep it off the vinyl on the good side. But you can see I got that formed. I'm gonna eventually overlap all that once I get the front side done. Now I'll probably just do this from here to here. Tighten that up. Get that middle first. Then you pull all your ends. You'll be good. You can see how it's coming. Finished up with all the wrapping on the top side. Now I just got to go back and trim this up some, because I'm going to overlap it on the back side. Here's the back side. Let me flip it over. I'll show you what we're doing next. Now we got to work on our inserts, the beauty rings. I'm finna put the mesh grill in, but I ain't got nowhere to hot glue it right now. What I'll be doing, I'm gonna be cutting out some of this vinyl, opening it up on some of the corners so I can put some hot glue. It'll be touching the wood, also the mesh. See, if I glue it now, it'll just be touching the vinyl. I'm gonna do the same way with this here, but I'm gonna cut this all the way out so it'll drop down. I had started cutting it out in spots, but I decided I can cut it all the way out, and then the Plexi-Glass, it'll be sitting up against it. It'll keep the vinyl from pulling away. These the spots I cut out. Let me show you. The mesh grill gonna sit down in it. Then I'm gonna put some hot glue in those areas to hold it down. I'm also working on this part here as well. I done drilled 2 holes, 1 hole there, 1 hole here. I'm gonna have a light up here, a light down here, and a light here, and a light here. But I'm gonna spray paint this here with this white spray paint right now. I can be letting this dry while I hot glue this. I got this can of lacquer thinner right here just to hold the mesh down in place until I glue it. I think it's 2 more over here. 3. I think that ought to be good. Now we finna install our Plexi-Glass. I just gotta remove this tape on the front side. I put on there to keep from scratching it up. It's gonna go in there just like that. Then I'm gonna take my hot glue gun, just glue it around. We're gonna put this paper on here so we can set our can on top of it to put some weight on it. Then we'll start gluing around it. Okay, hit the back side. Now, all I gotta do is wait on my white paint to dry. It's somewhat dry, but it's still kind of tacky. Install my LEDs. Think I'll be good then. Then I'll give you a final look at it. I'm out here doing the final touches now for us to Riddick. I had talked to Swag. He said he wanted some lights where the speaker's gonna be. And just his luck, I had another pack, 6-pack. So I got 3 on each side. You can see I already ran the wires. They're gonna be up against the wall here like that. And these here gonna be laying flat. I had to cut these to size because they was too big. But other than that, we should be good to go once I put these where they need to be and hook up the wires from the bottom. I'm all finished up. Let me show you what all I got. I was gonna hot glue these LED strips in place, but I'm gonna leave them, so if he wanna remove them and put some more different ones in here, he could. Especially these here because they're not where I actually want them, but they'll do for now. He can get some better ones if he want to. Let me light it up right quick and show you. You can see those there. That one. Let me cut the light off. Now let me find the speakers. I'll put the speakers in, give you another look. I also got the magnets covered up. He can remove this vinyl here if he wanted to be a little bit stronger, but I think it's all right as it is, but he could if he want to. That black and the white light make it look blue.
SprayWay to do my lower door panels, but you know SprayWay a real hard person to get in contact with. When I say he OG, man, I'm surprised brother ain't got no pager. You dig what I'm saying? But yeah, he real hard to get in contact with. So don't think that if you jump in my inbox and be like, hey man, I've been trying to get in contact with SprayWay, bro. I know SprayWay personally, and he don't have a cell. He don't do the cell phone. He do YouTube. He don't do all that social media stuff, and that's why I respect him, because he missing out on a lot of bullshit. Shout out to SprayWay.
Nobody really gave a damn about us. We never stopped.